Is it transphobic to not date a trans person? This is a question I get all the time. It seems to be highly debated, and I just want to answer it here and now. No, it's not. It's not. It's not transphobic. And the people who are saying it is are probably a lot fewer than you think there are. In fact, I don't know many people who are running around screaming about how transphobic the world is to them because they won't date them. Although what I do hear a lot of is people complaining about people being transphobic. So you know what that makes me think? Do you think maybe there's an agenda here? Do you think maybe, just maybe there isn't an army of trans women going around making women date them? You know, on Twitter, the TERFs act like we are going around invading their space, making them date us, but like none of us are like talking to them. We're not trying to. We're not trying to anyway. Like them getting into trans Twitter to talk to us is a lot different from us trying to date them, right? But that's the narrative they've spun. We are forcing everyone to date us and saying that they're transphobic if you don't date us. And everyone's response to me whenever I complain about somebody being transphobic, it's like, you're just mad that nobody wants to date you. It's like, first of all, pal, no. I am happily in a relationship. And second of all, do you have any object permanence when a trans person is talking about trans people in general and the way they're being treated? I could very well say trans people are treated horribly on the regular and not mean myself. Because guess what? I don't subject myself to that many people on the regular. Although now I do to the internet on the regular, so I guess I do. But if anybody is trying to tell you that, I'm not transphobic. I'm just saying all these people are calling me transphobic because I won't date a trans person. Really? Really? Who? I want to know. I want to know who is going around telling people that they are transphobic because they won't date a trans person. And if that person is any more than just a kid on Twitter who got too much algorithm clicks, or maybe a bot that is meant to intentionally misrepresent people like me so that we seem more unreasonable. And ask yourself, who is calling me a transphobe? Is it a nameless Twitter bot, or is it like a trans person in my life? Because I only recently started to use Twitter. I only recently started to actually try to like talk about these things online. But the truth is that these people who are talking about, the woke liberal SJWs are after me. It's like, who? I don't know these people. And they certainly don't speak for me, you know? And I hate more than anything how hard it is to represent a voice of the trans community without being treated as a monolith. Like, you know, the trans community canceled Dave Chappelle because... And it's like, first of all, do you know how many people in the trans community actually defended Dave Chappelle? And that's their right. There were a lot of trans women. There were a lot of trans women specifically. No trans men, funnily enough. Maybe it's because the whole special was actually worse to trans men. Anyway, there were trans people that defended Dave Chappelle. So to say that the trans community canceled him is not fair. But it doesn't matter what the truth is. Doesn't matter what the truth is about how we're calling everyone transphobic, and it doesn't matter what the truth is about whether or not Dave Chappelle or J.K. Rowling are canceled. I don't think these people are canceled. I think we're talking about them more than ever. So I feel like whenever anybody's telling me, it's like, look at all the harm these trans people are doing, I genuinely feel like I am being sold a false reality. Because how am I supposed to believe that Dave Chappelle is canceled when he was irrelevant 5 years ago? He was. He was relevant in the sense that he used to be relevant. But he wasn't relevant currently. You know how he got relevant? Talking about trans people. Just saying, his last few specials, and it was really interesting how he was like, yeah, this is my last time talking about you guys. It's like, okay, well, you have said it all. Anyway, this isn't about Dave Chappelle. What it is, it's about the strawmans online that people use to pick apart trans women. So the next time you are asked this question, or ask this question rhetorically, it's just like, well, I don't think it's transphobic to not date a trans person, and I think the trans community is really unreasonable. Maybe ask yourself, am I devil's advocating for a real perspective and a real person that is making this argument, or am I buying into the BS? This might seem like a strange video, but this was something I had to get off my chest. I've said it a few times before, but there's so much hypocrisy going on with just in general, like the anti-trans movement online. So I'm going to say my piece about it. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. If you like, I hope you subscribe. I hope you comment. And I hope you share with your friends. I am a small YouTuber, and every comment helps. And honestly, we need more people who aren't afraid to simply say, no, actually. This is not the way the trans people that I know think. In fact, most of the trans people I know like exclusively date other trans people because they don't feel safe around cis people, or they feel really invalidated around cis people, and I get that. I really do. So let's like try to add some nuance here, and let's try to be kind.